Just do it. Stop thinking about it. Just do it. Everybody worries what people think. And I was listening to a podcast. I'll never forget this, that these people aren't coming to your funeral. These people aren't your people. They're going to judge and critique. And also, they're in the back for a reason. Like, I hate saying that, but if that's all they want to do is sit and talk about you, then let them. But it is hard to get over that hump. And I'm not going to make light of it, because I think it comes with practice and consistency.
Welcome to Holistic Dose. We've been through the plot twists, divorce, parenting, burnout, reinvention, and now we're doing midlife with way more honesty and way less BS. Think of us as your unfiltered friends, here to remind you that you're not too late, too old, or too far behind. I'm Tiffany.
And I'm Jeanette.
So today we're going to be talking about midlife reinvention, income, and what it looks like to pivot from a traditional career into something completely different without being reckless or unrealistic.
And we have a guest here that we are excited about because she has done this. So welcome, Angela Forte. We are very excited to talk to you today.
Hello, hello.
Welcome. So a little bit about Angela. So you're 55 years old, you're a mom to two older grown kids. Yeah. And you've spent, over 2 decades of your career as an elementary school teacher. Is that right?
Yes. Elementary teacher, Pilates instructor, other things on the side every now and then.
Oh, I love that. And of course, that's all built on, structure and stability and mostly showing up for others. But now you're going to be showing up for yourself in other ways. And, I love your whole focus about, finding the joy in the struggle and discipline over motivation.
Mm-hmm. And Angela has built a very successful TikTok account, and it's actually giving her a regular stream of income now. And on that account, she shares her real life, but also sells her favorite products through TikTok Shop. And my understanding is you've been so successful that you are now planning to pivot to doing that full time. Is that right?
Yes, when you get into a platform like this, you sometimes don't know exactly where it's going to go. You have to kind of jump in with the not knowing. And once the TikTok Shop things started taking off, I always had the intention next year, that was my last year of teaching, but it's that thing, like, get something going before you end something. And it was like, what am I going to do? Where is it? Where's my next adventure? And I believe at this age, I'm 55, I don't have any shame in sharing my age, that we sometimes can get in that rut of like the same old, same old. And I was like, well, you have to keep growing. Mm-hmm. And so I got on and just started making content and thought, you know what? I don't know that there's enough women out there our age that are doing it. And I think there's such an audience for it. And a lot of women our age think that there's not a space for me in that, but actually we have a better opportunity because many women aren't doing it, that there's a lot of women watching, but they're just not.
I've seen TikTok coaches saying that there's a content gap for women in midlife.
Yes. I've even talked to my son about it. He's college age 23. There's not a lot of 23-year-old guys doing it. So, you have to find and just getting on and just doing something. And it started out with me just doing teacher outfit of the day and talking about teaching, and choosing joy is my handle. So just finding the joy in everything. And then TikTok Shop, I qualified to get in. I think at that time you had to have 5,000 or 10,000 followers. And I got in and I was like, okay, well, at first they don't send you a lot. You just have to start making content. And then every now and then I'd get a little sale. I mean, $3. I'm like, oh my gosh, but you get just as excited about that as you do $1,000. And I did this one little outfit one day. What's funny too, is you don't know what's going to take off. And you think going in that it has to be perfect. And I just was on the way out the door one day and had on a cute little short set and was going to the airport, and I had my suitcase and I was like, you know what? I'm just going to do this outfit real quick. And a lot of people are funny about wearing shorts on a plane. And I wasn't even thinking about it. I was like, oh, I'm on the way out the door today. Well, it went completely crazy because everyone was debating about whether you should wear shorts on a plane or not.
I've never even heard of that before.
Me neither.
Well, there was like, how could you wear shorts on a plane? I'm like, well, I don't know. How do you wear shorts on a park bench?
Like, it's inappropriate, or you're going to be cold? Is it?
Yes. And I was like, I don't know. But because of the controversy, it went crazy. And then I was making all this money on it.
You're like, joke's on you.
Yes. So, and then that started happening. I was like, wait, there is something to this. And I just started following other content creators and watching. And sometimes I would take little pieces of what they did, but try to just still keep it my own, because I can't just copy someone else. It just doesn't feel right. And then I just started doing it, and then I'd make a little money and not. And you have your ups and your downs and your ebbs and your flows, but consistency is just what I've found, that just stay with the process, you know. And some of the videos that I would think would be like so great would nothing would happen.
Yeah.
You get discouraged again, or you have a great month and then it goes rah. So yeah, so that's kind of how I got into it. And then I started thinking, you know what, there's something to this, that when I retire, this can be another stream of income, and I could still go substitute teach, or I could go teach fitness classes and do other things too. But this is like, just to think that you can just get on a platform like this that's free. We're not having to pay to do this, and they're giving me free products, and I love the products. Like, I'm getting, like, everything I wear just about is, I mean, this necklace is TikTok shop, this shirt is TikTok shop, and I don't pay for any of it. First of all, that's the bonus in itself. And then you just get on and talk about it.
Are you on any other platforms, or are you 100% TikTok?
TikTok, well, I mean, I have my personal Instagram and Facebook, but I am going to start getting a handle on Insta and Facebook that has to do with like 55 and over, that may be completely separate from TikTok shop. But TikTok shop, I did have a second account, had 10,000 followers, and it got banned, and I still don't know why. Those things happen. And then there was a time that this one that I have 54,000 followers on got hacked, and I thought that it was my fault. But it took me about 2 months to get that undone through TikTok shop. And they did finally resolve it, thank goodness, because I was like, hey, I'm making money on this account that I can't have access to now. Like, so anyway, we got it resolved. But there is that, like, you don't always know what's going to happen with something. So it is better to have other accounts. But the one that had 10,000 got banned. So now I got to start another one.
Right. It just pushes you to do more. So if somebody lands on your page, what do you hope that they take away from your content?
So
my handle is Choose Joy for a reason, because I think that that's what life's about. Like, finding joy, even on the days when it's hard, like the seat warmers in the car. Like, I'm just really big on the cup of coffee, like the simple joys. And so if I can get on there and make people smile, that's my number one. If I can be any kind of words of encouragement. But then the shop started happening too. And so now it's like, okay, I do a little bit of everything. I'll get on and do a morning on the way to work chat about mindset, and then I'll do little dance videos over 55, dancing in your kitchen. Yes. And it's in my blood. I mean, my dad was a rock and roll singer.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So like, and I'm like, I'm 55, I can still dance. And so just to put a smile on someone's face and bringing that energy to them, there's too much negativity out there. So it's really just to help people see that, you know, we are over 50, over 40, over 55, or 55, and we can still be fun and joyful, and emptiness isn't the end of the world, and all of these things. So that's kind of my concept, is that just people get on and they're happy.
Love it.
And then they can shop.
Have you heard about this TikToker, rapper, Instagrammer, Unsighted, he goes around town and like does the white girl dance, and people go nuts for it.
I've never heard of this.
You got to check it out. It makes me want to. Yeah, it's just like, it's so good. It's literally just like at Unsighted. And
Tiffany's TikTok feed is so different than mine.
The one that goes into the Walmarts and starts dancing.
No, this is different. Like, he is just like, it's like this white girl dance, basically, that he's just like, hands over face and down. It's like, you're love, you know, and people see him and they go screaming and running for him. And he puts his little pill speaker down on the ground, and they all join, all ages, races, everything. And it's
wow. That's incredible.
I see that. And then I saw your dancing video yesterday, and then it inspired me today, actually, while I was cleaning my house and taking down my Christmas tree, to go like put on music and dance, and immediately made me feel better.
Yes.
Immediately.
Yeah.
Yes. Always. I mean, in my car, and that's always been, my kids think I'm corny, like, you know, but then I see my kids doing it now too. So my son will be in the shower. I can hear him dancing, and not dancing, but singing in the shower, like songs that are just so random. And it's like, that just really does bring joy. So at first I thought that TikTok shop affiliate just had to be on that page, just that. And I thought, no, you know what? I am going to cross
That was
over
my
a little
next
bit.
question, because some people have multiple accounts and have one account that's just TikTok shop videos, and then they have their other account. So I just wondered if you had.
Yes, my other one, when I had the 10,000 followers on the other one, was veering more of that towards my dancing and my content. But then when that happened, I was like, you know, I'm just going to put on this too. And I don't know that I have the answer for that honestly, but the more I hear, I don't know if you listen to Gary Vee about content creating. He is very much on just post the stuff, like stop overthinking, like this has to be this and this has to be this. If you want to post 3 videos a day and then 8 the next, or if you want to dance in one and then you want to do this, like now he's saying what goes viral has nothing to do with the amount of followers you have, has nothing to do if you're in a niche. So I'm like, there's a lot of truth to that, because even in my TikTok Shop affiliate page, like I will do a dance video and it just takes off, and it had nothing to do with that page. So I think there's a lot of truth coming in that. There's always changes. And so now I'm like, okay, I'm just going to fly with the wind. And I know I don't have it all figured out, but that's part of it too, is figuring out as you go.
Right. Yeah.
You don't have to be perfect.
And it's always
and you don't have to get it right. It's always changing. And what you think's not working may work later, or it's the same with the sales. Like you can do a video on a shirt or anything and like nothing happens for a month, and then all of a sudden it starts taking off.
That's what I've heard, is like just regularly post products and then months later something will take off. I've also, like, I do an occasional TikTok Shop video.
She does pretty good, actually. Way better than me.
Well, I'm just not consistent. I logged in the other day and saw that I made some money, and I was like, what? I sold something. I did a random like micro needling pen, like doctor pen video. And I think I sold, one was Tiffany, but I think I sold like 2 or 3 others. And those are like, I don't know, $80. So like I actually made a little bit of money. Yeah.
Yes. And then you're like, wow, that's kind of nice. I've made money in my sleep.
So do you have a specific strategy of like,
That's what I was wondering.
every day, number of videos?
And do you have a whole setup? I've seen a lot of people where it's like, I live in a condo and I'm trying not to overwhelm myself, but I'm like, I need to get the perfect area set up and racks and have an organizational flow. And,
I don't think I see people with like messes behind them who I know do well on TikTok Shop.
Yeah,
and,
you're
like,
right.
They have like curtains falling down
it
behind
doesn't matter.
them, and
They just do it. So what is your
just do it.
process?
Yeah, I think you do want to have some sort of a hook that's going to get their attention. And sometimes I know my hooks are better than others, but sometimes I'll just say something immediately that I'm not even thinking of, and it turns out to be a good hook. Or you could just say something corny, or you could say something like with an accent, and something that just pulls them in, like, oh, she's got a cute voice or whatever that is, and then they're watching. I mean, and then for me, like, I don't know the algorithms of TikTok, but if I were going to say that on TikTok Shop, as a TikTok Shop affiliate, am I in a niche? I feel like somehow they push out my jeans videos, because I sell more jeans than
Is it
anything.
the Judy Blooms or something?
Judy Blue.
Judy Blue.
Have you done the Halara, like the sweatpant jeans yet?
Yeah, Halara, I've done a few things for them, but nothing crazy. But the 2 boutiques that I'm working with, they will actually text me and say, hey, we're having to sell this day to this day, that, we're having that personal conversations now. And I have another boutique. They're like, oh, we're going to send you a shipment out. I don't even request. They'll just send me a box of like 8 pairs of jeans and shirts that they think that will work with me. And then they can choose to push out my video to pay for it.
So what happens if you like hate the stuff that you get, or it doesn't fit, or have you ever gotten a box where you're like, there's not a single thing in there that I like?
The Judy Blues, I'm never disappointed in, and I know that, like always. Every now and then a pair will be a little bit too long and I have to put on a higher heel, or it might not be my favorite pair, but they're still always stretchy and I know my fit. So I'm never disappointed in those. It's a good quality jean. And TikTok Shop, like if anyone wants to be an affiliate, they're coming out with some big brand names now, like Mac, Clinique, like it's like Adidas, and it's coming out, and it's big stuff now. So, or quality brands. But Judy Blues, I'm never disappointed in. But if I do get something that I don't like, I won't make a video on it, or I don't, and I'll just contact the seller and say, hey, the strap was broken, or this didn't fit right, and it hasn't worked against me yet, because you do get a rating, like your quality that you're posting out the samples. But as long as I contact them and let them know why, it says you can you can send them a message, then I think it shows up that I'm doing it the right way, And I've probably only done that about 20 times overall, that, in the course of 2 years, where I'm like, I'm not doing a video on this, or I'm going to do it and it's going to be bad. So I'm going to say I don't like it. And I don't really do supplements. Now, I did just get a magnesium that I've been taking already for 3 years, and now TikTok Shop sells it. So I will do that, because I take that every night and I sleep like a baby, and I can promise on it that that's what it does for me. But if they're doing vitamins and things, I just don't. I'll do like a creatine and I'll do a hydration drink or something, but I don't like to say that a certain happy pill works for me, or you know what I mean? Because I just don't think that, I don't know. I just don't get into that very much. You know, like this, take these pills and you're going to feel this. I don't buy into it when other people do it. So I guess because I don't buy into it, then I don't want to try to push it.
How do you balance working a full-time job still and then making time for this content? So what does your day look like for that?
Well, sometimes in the morning before work, I'll shoot out a video or two really quick, like super quick. Like I'll put it in my drafts. I may not have time to edit it or fix it, but I'll draft it. Like I'm wearing a shirt to work that day. Okay, just throw on the thing and do it. And then I'll go to work all day. And then a couple of days a week, I work out after work. And then I come home and I'm always shooting something. Like I'll say it becomes exhausting, and people are like, well, do you love it? I do love it, but when you're working two jobs, it gets draining. Like this Christmas break has been great because I've had the time, but you do have to put time aside. On a Saturday, I'll go work out, get my groceries bought, run some errands, and then I come home and I'll try to batch about 30-minute videos on a Saturday. You know, maybe not 30, maybe 20, but I'll try to like batch them so that I have them throughout the week. And you can also put them on timers. Not timers, but you can schedule them out so that when you're at work, they just post and you don't even have to do anything. Because when I got 20 students in the room, let's be honest, they're not going to be very patient while I'm trying to post TikTok. Plus, I'm not supposed to be doing that anyway. So you just schedule them out.
And that's something I think that people need to realize and have realistic expectations, that when you're trying to build something separate and have a completely different source of income than what you've traditionally done, that you may have to be basically working two jobs at once.
For a while.
For a while. I mean, that was my experience even starting my own law firm, because, you know, I had a full-time law firm job and I knew that I wanted to start my own firm. But in order to actually have income, you know, to be able to quit my job and have zero, you know, W-2 income and then have income from my employment, I had to spend a good 6 months building like a website and systems. And I was working my probably 50-hour-a-week job. And then evenings and weekends were, you know, building this other thing. And so it is like, you know, a hard period of a lot of work, but it's to get to, you know, basically having that job.
Yeah. And a lot of people don't want to put in the time.
No.
People don't want to put in the time. They say it, they don't. They'll say, I just don't have time. I just don't have time. I mean, we can all say that, right? But you have to make the time. And then hopefully it flips into being able to quit that other job. But like, it's consistency, and people just don't get that. Like if your thing is I can only post 3 times a day, then be consistent with that. I can only post 8 times a day, be consistent with that. But whatever you decide to sign up for, that's what you have to stick with, and don't negotiate it, and keep that promise. Like I'm big on keeping the promises you make to yourself. If I say I'm going to do this, I'm going to do it. And I'm not going to give myself an unobtainable goal. If I say I can't do 8 a day, then let me commit to 2 a day. That I can say, yes, I can do that. And then you're going to find ways that you can always fit. Then you start fitting that other one in. Like start small. I didn't start, you know, some people say get on TikTok shop and within 2 months I'm making this much money.
Realistic.
I don't know who those people are. No, I mean, it's been 2 years for me, and I've still had ebbs and flows and high months and low months. But I will say this last 3 months has been my biggest months, and it's when I started shifting to the 8 times a day. But I didn't start out that way. And editing used to take longer. You know, when you're trying to learn it, give yourself grace. Maybe I am only going to post 1 a day, because now I got to like, oh, I didn't like this, or how do I fix that? And it takes time. But now you get to where you can kind of roll them out and not think about it as much.
Yeah.
Yes. You have to have a schedule and routine. Like I'm sure you know, when you were trying to do 2 jobs, you had to pencil out, this is the time I have to do this.
I remember the first time I posted a mascara video, and that thing probably took me like 6 hours or something.
Yeah, you can't do that.
It was like, because it's like so many things you don't think about. You're like, oh, wait, holding the wand and then getting it set up. But then you're like, you put the mascara on, and then you're like, you messed up and you have to take it off. So it's like being prepared with little things like that. Maybe if you're going to start, don't start with like mascara or something that you like have to completely retain.
Yeah.
Maybe do like cream or something that reabsorbs.
Yes. And learning that, hey, okay, I'm going to take this product with me in the car. I don't have time right now, but I'm going to do it in the car. I'm going to be in the parking lot at the bank for 10 minutes in the parking lot. Oh, well, let me just you start learning how to get creative with your time. You know, like okay, wait, I've got 15-minute window here. What can I do? Oh, I got that thing in the back seat. Let me do a video. Like today, literally, I did this. This is my thing that I got, my Miyoki tumbler, and I took it to the gym. And like before I got home, I was like, oh my gosh, put the car in park. Here we go.
And you can even be like walking from the gym to your car. Like I've done
Yes.
TikToks where I'm just walking around and talking.
Yes. And you start thinking differently. Like you start, everything is about, well, I could do this during this time, but you don't start out that way. At first, you're like, oh, I have to carve out this 2 hours and I have to be on the couch at home or whatever it is, right?
Yeah.
It's like when you're raising kids, right? You learn how to adapt.
Yeah. You do.
It's like, okay, I'm dropping her off at soccer practice. I can go to the grocery store while she's at soccer practice. You start learning how to fit it all in. And I actually thrive in that kind of structure better than when I have too much free time. When I have too much free time, I'm like, what am I supposed to do with myself? Oh, all that can wait till tomorrow. And then it just never happens.
So are you in any groups with other affiliates where like affiliates share ideas or tips, tricks, or do you just figure it out on your own?
So I follow a few. There's one, Emily May, that I love. She always has great tips, but I've never gotten on anything that I've paid for to learn from. I've just followed good creators. But what, funny enough, is that when I start doing it as a teacher, now I've got one, no, well, not I've got, but there's now like upstairs is where I teach. Upstairs with me, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 of us now that are all doing shop. So I think they were like, what? And so now we all talk, because, and so I had started it, and then there was this one teacher's like, I don't know. I said, girl, just do it. Just stop thinking about it. Just do it. I feel so uncomfortable. I said, you're going to get comfortable with being uncomfortable. And who cares? These people, it's so much about what people think. Everybody worries what people think. And I was listening to a podcast, I'll never forget this, that, I don't know if y'all listen to Trent Shelton anyway. His thing was, these people aren't coming to your funeral.
I knew who that is. Yeah.
It's so olden.
Nobody cares.
These people aren't your people if they're going to judge and critique. And also, they're in the back for a reason. Like, I hate saying that, but if that's all they want to do is sit and talk about you, then
Yeah, exactly.
But it is hard to get over that hump. And I'm not going to make light of it, because I think it comes with practice and consistency and you just doing it. And then I think a lot of times is like, I was thinking about this podcast, is like, get on it as if you're already that person. Get on it as if you're already that huge content creator, and maybe your only audience is you, but pretend it's not. It's like that manifesting, like live in the energy that you may not be in yet, but if you start being that energy, it just starts happening.
Just acting as it and being as it. Yeah. And when I first had to try to make like a video, I'm a founder in a telemeds company, Orderly Meds. And when I had to first make like an injection video, I was like, oh my God, I can't just do this and talk to nobody.
Yes.
So I like FaceTimed one of my best friends, and I'm like, just sit there, pretend like I'm telling you. I'm like, I don't need you to be in it. And I just basically cut her out of the whole thing. But I need to get over that just for the first one. So even if it's something like that where you just like, somebody was there and then I felt good, I'm like, oh, okay, I can do this. I don't need her again.
Yeah. And like some of the teachers that I've looked at some of their drafts before, and they're like, I don't know. I'm like, just post it. And it's almost like you just need someone to tell you that, like, know it. And I think for me too, is when I just started doing it, even though I was nervous and afraid, it was also I was also building this, being proud of myself. Like, I did it.
Yes.
I don't care if anyone's watching. I did it.
And it's an exciting challenge, I think. It's, for me too, it's something that like, put yourself out there, and it's something completely new. And it's almost like I had this challenge that I have to live up for other people. And it's something I want to do that I wouldn't normally do, but I'm going to give it a go.
Yeah. The only people that I have ever thought, okay, what would my son think, or what would my daughter think? Those are the big things. It's like, my son's 23, like, Mom, oh gosh. But I finally like, honey, you're just going to have to get off the account and not watch. Because sometimes the dance ones, he's like, Mother. But at the same time, like now, he's like, dang, Mom, when I told him how much I made 2 months ago. And last month he's like, and now he sends me stuff. Can you give me this? But I'm like, only if you're going to help me with the video, because it's a men's shirt. And so he'll like put it on, and he's like, I'm not going to talk, so I'll have to voice over, but he'll just like show it. But I'm like, I will apply for anything you want, but you're going to have to help me out. But now they're like, okay, you go, Mom. And what is it? It's one of those things too. Everybody gets to laugh at you until you are having success. And then all of a sudden they're like, oh, wait a minute.
maybe I should listen.
Yeah, maybe I shouldn't have judged so harshly, or I don't know.
Yeah. Aside from the people that are sending products to you and you see them and, the other ones in the reward shop to choose from, do you go and follow any other trends anywhere? Or like, how are you seeking out what products are popular? Or are you going and seeing what other people are doing?
If I see a product that's popular, I might go try to get it. But a lot of times, if it's super saturated, you're not going to get a lot of sales from it. But I'll get collab invites and I'll go through that and see, because those are the sellers that actually reach out to you. And then with the boutiques that send me stuff, it keeps me pretty busy. So I don't have to go searching too much. Now, during the holiday season, I would go on and see the ones that were having the holiday sales and be like, oh, okay, I have that. Like, it's 50% off. Like, I should go do that video like right now. Like, I'm scrolling. I'm like, oh, that sweater is like having a big sale right now. Let me go get that out of my closet. Right. You have some of the things. And so those things would pop, but it's usually like a spontaneous thing that I'll just see and then go do it real quick. Or if I make sales on something in the last 24 hours, if I've seen that, like I did a pair of underwear for my son, or, there's bamboo, and I've sold like 5 of them. So I'm like, okay, I need to do more content on that, like right now.
Yeah, that's something else I've heard is like do multiple videos on the same product.
Yes. The Judy Blues, I'll do at least 5, 6, 7 videos on one pair of jeans and just have them going out at different times. And then, if you see something selling, then you got to go with it.
I got to go do more with that microneedling pen then.
Yes. You should. Sometimes I'm like, okay, I'm doing all these videos and nothing's happening. But you have to remind yourself, but what about that one video that you made about $5,000 off of? Okay. You got to keep in check.
What would you say to the people that will wonder, like, is this sustainable? Is this a gamble of my time? Like, what would you say?
I think that when you say sustainable, like, what is sustainable, right? Really? I mean, even if you have a full-time job in a corporate world, like, is it sustainable? I don't know. You could lose that job too. There's no guarantees. And I think that, of course, for me, when I retire teaching, I'm going to get a certain amount every month for the rest of my life. There is that. But also, I think that, like, with this, like, I should have more than one platform. So that's, sustainable. Like, I don't think that this stuff is going anywhere. It's going to change. And with AI, we want to incorporate some of that, change with the times. But now, okay, maybe I need the Instagram, I need the Facebook, I need this and this. But for me, I've always been the person too that I can still go teach fitness classes. I can still substitute teach after I retire. Like, don't ever put all your eggs in one basket is what I say. Yeah. But sustainable, we don't know, but also manage your money.
Right. Yeah.
Like, if you have these months where you're making great money, how much are you putting aside? Like, for me, I try not to let that money pay anything that I paid before. My bills, that money is set aside. Now, if I have an extra, I'm not going to go treat my son to dinner or go do something a little extra fun. I'll do it. But it's not going to be anything that makes a car payment for me or pays my electric bill. That's already taken care of. This is extra. And I usually put half of it away for sure, but sometimes 70% because you're going to get taxed.
That's a lot of people.
So you have to think about all of that. No. Yeah. But here's another perk. And I love this perk that I've just started. Like, okay, so I write off my cell phone bill.
Yes.
I write off my lashes. I write off my hair extensions. I write off my nails. Oh my gosh, hello.
Because this is part of your job.
Yes. But I never, like, at first, when I first started doing it, I wasn't thinking about any of that. And then last year, the tax guy was like, wait a minute, how do you do this? I was like, he goes, I need your cell phone bill. I was like, oh my gosh. Yes.
Yeah.
So
I love that aspect of it.
the teacher and me never had any perks like that. So
And now you're able to reap the benefit.
Yeah.
So how did you give yourself the permission to want more?
I think just wanting more in life, not necessarily a financial number, but just wanting more that's going to grow me. That if you're not changing and doing new things, like, I love teaching, and I've always been able to take teaching and teach fitness classes. I sold supplements at one time for, like, people that wanted to lose weight, and helped women. And I helped with fitness classes. And then I thought, okay, what can I do that's still, like, when I quit teaching school, the teacher is in me. And so it's in my blood. So when I get on and do these videos, I feel like I'm sharing a product. I'm able to probably talk about it better than most because I've been able to be in front of a classroom for 24 years, so I feel like you're able to give better instruction, when I taught classes. And so I just think that if you're not growing, it's that saying, if you're not growing, you're dying.
Yeah.
It's the truth. And so do I just teach for another 10 years? Well, that just starts getting to where, okay, I know this is like the back of my hand. What can I learn that's different? And also this challenges me with technology because, we didn't learn a lot of this in school at our age, so it's pushing through things that are going to be hard. I like to push through things that are going to be hard. I've always been one to, run the half marathon a couple of years ago. What am I thinking? But it's like, when you're done, it's like, I did it. So I don't know if that answers the question, but I think it's just about always reinventing yourself. I see too many people our age that have just decided this is it for me.
It's sad.
And they have their pets and they have their routine every day, but it just like, what are you doing to like shake things up a little bit?
I think people minimize how much they can do with the skills they have.
Yeah.
Like I've seen other teachers being very successful selling like lesson plans and different workbooks
Yes.
and downloads. There's a nurse who did that too. Like a nurse who on TikTok is selling out downloads to help nurses get through nursing school, like
Wow.
study guides and stuff.
Yeah.
And I feel like, there's always something that we know that we can share with others and a way to monetize it.
Yeah. There's teachers who do home tutoring. There's teachers who, that do what you said. There's teachers who do online teaching. And I do feel like if you were a teacher for this many years, you can teach in so many different avenues.
Yes.
I would love to go into life coaching. That's going to be my next thing. If I can somehow, like with these other platforms, start. I don't even know what that looks like, but I know I have a lot to offer in that space just from wisdom and being older. I think we all do. And I think what you said it hits the nail on the head that people our age don't realize they do have these things. And every one of us that is this age, we have the knowledge to share on how to get through divorce or how to get through or how to be this or how to reinvent yourself because we've had the time and the years that we've done it. And people can learn from us. I mean, I teach on a grade level of different ages, and it's so fun to have me and then have the 23-year-old teacher and what she teaches me and what I teach her. It's incredible. It's like women across different, generations that you can just it's just crazy stuff. Like the technology stuff, she's techie, but then I'm this. And it's like, she's like, wait, what did you do? I was like, oh yeah, that's old school.
Oh my God.
Do your students find your TikTok?
Yes, some of them have. And I'm just like, oh my gosh. But the parents too, they love it. They're like, we watch your stuff. We think it's great. And I think that encouraged me so much too, because in the beginning I was a little bit nervous about teachers that I work with, that there would be judgment because women can be brutal sometimes. They're just so, can be tacky. And I thought, okay, I'm just going to have to do this. And I just can't overthink it. And then I'd start getting some teachers like, hey, I saw your stuff. It's so good. And I was like, you know what? They can be way more encouraging than we give them credit for. And I think if you're a positive light, you're going to get the positive light back. If you're going into it with, oh, I'm this kind of creator and, that attitude. But if you're just like positive Susie on the platform, then people are going to be like, oh, your energy is so fun. What you give is what you get.
For any woman who is trying to sell anything online or just have a business, that was the one thing when Jeanette started her own practice. I was like, you've got to get on TikTok, Jeanette, because it just immediately is social proof and it shows her personality, and she killed it. Like I knew she would. But it helps people see like, oh, that's the personality of the person. Yeah, I want to hire them, or this is how they handle themselves. It's so awesome.
And the audience that she's going to have would be different than the audience that I have or you have. And it's like, we watch these other people, we're like, okay, I need to try to do that. But now you've already lost the game, because that's not, people want to know you and the value that you bring. And you're going to get away from that value if you're trying to emulate others. Like it just doesn't work. That's what, the more I've watched people and tried to do something like the way they did a TikTok shop video, I was like, okay, it's just not me. So I think that's the biggest thing, is knowing that, like, some women feel like I have to be the perfect size. I have to look a certain way. I can't have wrinkles. I have to be, the flaw is what makes us perfect.
Right. And that comes across more authentically. People just naturally want to buy.
Yeah. And I think we've been in social media so long where you did just see the cookie cutter picture perfects. And now we're getting away from that. And thank goodness.
Yeah. So with technology and all that, do you utilize a lot of AI? Jeanette and I talk about this on our podcast, like other ways that we use it. So I'm curious how you're using it within your content creation.
Yeah, I've used it more at school crafting emails and things, but I've started using it because now on TikTok affiliate, it'll ask you if you want to, and it'll literally, like, while you're filming the video, the words will be on the screen that you can use. So what I'll do is I'll take some pieces of it but I can't sit there and just read that because it's just going to be, but I might like look at the AI stuff and jot down a few of the keywords that oh, that's good to say. That's good to say. But then just put it in my own way. It's kind of like doing research and taking the research information, but making it your own. Like, yeah, but it has been helpful, but I find that I can't just sit there and read a prompter, but it is great. Yeah. Yeah. So I've used it. Yeah. Especially because it'll give me some choice words and it'll give you hooks. Or I've even gotten on my computer and said, I'm selling a soft sweater that's this and this, and what's a good hook? And it'll give you the hook. And then it'll say, do you want a funnier hook? Do you want to, and so then it gives me this and this. And I'm like, ooh, that's a good one. So yeah, I'll just use the hook maybe, but not use. So I think you have to take pieces. There's a place for it, absolutely, but I don't think it should be the end all be all.
I agree. Another way that I'll use it is like, especially with all the businesses that I work on, if I see a trending sound or like they're doing this sort of dance or whatever, I'll explain that whole thing to Chat GPT. And I'm like, how do I apply this to this product or the spa or whatever it is that I'm working on at the time? And it gives me ideas. I'm like, oh my God, I would have never thought about that. Like how to spin it to make it make sense.
The only one thing that I'm scared of that I haven't tried yet and I don't understand, like you can literally take the product and put yourself in a different AI video or, make it where there's a different background and things. It's like, I don't really know how to do that. It almost makes me a little nervous. Like if we get too crazy AI, what's real, what's not real?
I agree.
Yeah. And I'm like, wow, I don't know. So you're just going to put my face in this other, it kind of makes me nervous, but I know I'm just kind of like slowly going into it.
Yeah. I'm not that much of a fan of that.
Yeah. Maybe that's the old school. Maybe we're old school.
Yeah, I agree in that. What do women our age misunderstand about something like this?
I think they just misunderstand their own potential, like what we talked about. They misunderstand what they're capable of. They misunderstand that they have the creative energy and juices too. Now, I don't think that it's for everyone. Some people are like, I just don't have any desire to do that. But I think that they misunderstand that there's an audience for it and that being imperfect is okay. I mean, they think that it has to be a certain way. I think they also misunderstand, or I did too in the beginning, that you have to have it figured out before you do it. And that's what keeps people held back. That's what keeps them behind the wall, is they think until I have it figured out, until I have this microphone, until I have this ring light, until I have, but I have to have the perfect product, but I have to have, and they misunderstand that you just need to go do it.
Right. Do you think there's some misunderstanding about like, oh, I missed the boat? Not as just far as our own personal age, because I know that there's that, but as far as like, oh, it's oversaturated. Like,
their window.
Yeah. Like I should have started a couple of years ago.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that too, but also like start this now and then maybe something else comes out and then you're the pioneer on that. Like, it's like, get out of your own head. Get out of your own way. It's so much. Okay, you can talk yourself out of it all day long if that's what you want to do. But I just don't have room for a lot of that. Like either just say you don't want to do it, or just get out of your own way. Like it's our own thoughts that keep us in a cage. Like we just read this book in my 4th grade classroom, The Tiger Rising, and he was in a cage and all the feelings were down and suppressed. Like rise up. It's hard to like, when you're the one making the excuses, then you're around people that make excuses. Everybody just jumps on board. Yeah, it's too hard. There's too many people. But if you're someone like us and we're on the outside and we're watching it, I'm like, it's hard for me to hear because everybody started somewhere. I started with 1 follower or 0 followers, just like anybody else. So,
yeah. So with that,
it's never too late. It's never too late.
I love the TikTokers who are like living in nursing homes.
I
Like that old grandma and it's amazing. I think she has like over 1 million followers or something. Yeah.
I haven't seen
And
that.
yes, there's a grandpa on TikTok that's Ed. I don't know if you know him. He's amazing. He's got Alzheimer's. His family it takes care of him, but it is beautiful. And I know there's a place for everything. And I'm going to be in a nursing home probably writing on the windows thinking I'm still teaching school. Maybe someone should document that. Like there's a 4th grade teacher at our school right now. She is hilarious. And she said she will never do anything like this. I said, girl, you could make a killing. Just turn it on in your car when you're with your friend and you're talking. I mean, the stuff she says, I'm like, and that's her, that could be her craft. And it may not ever be a shop affiliate. What's so funny is the things that go viral that are just so silly, like the 6'7".
Yeah.
Right? The 6'7". Like, I wish I was the person that just said 6'7". I mean, How do you,
You never know.
who gets to decide what's going to go viral? Like, she doesn't know. I don't know. He doesn't know. They don't know. Like, it's maddening.
Yeah, so with that, if you are let's pretend you're just starting off today as a 55-year-old, what would you do differently, if anything?
You know, I was thinking about that, and I don't know that I would do anything differently because I love the journey. I love that I went into it slowly and I just went into it with no intentions, like not really, just having fun with it. And I think the whole point is just enjoy it. If you can't enjoy the process, don't do it. And I think I enjoyed it the whole time. There's been some times where it's gotten a little bit exhausting, but I think, and if you don't enjoy it, then pivot. Find another way to enjoy it. Like, okay, I don't like the TikTok shop, so now I'm going to go this avenue. What do you like to do? Like, I want to be a life coach eventually. Am I ready for that yet? Probably not. But can I just start doing things and enjoying it and see where it goes? I don't think I'd do anything differently, though, because I'm just loving this journey.
I love that. So appreciate you sharing your honesty and your journey with us, and just knowing that you're not keeping yourself in a box and you're just really living and loving and choosing joy over everything. So before we wrap up, where can everybody find you to follow you along?
So my TikTok handle is at ChooseJoy70. 70 is the year I was born. And if you follow me there, I will start giving some information as soon as I get the other platforms up and going. But right now, that's what I would appreciate the most. And I would love the support in any way I can get it.
That.
Awesome.
So, and if you're listening and you're thinking, maybe I could do something different too, we'd love for you to stay connected with us and keep following along on A Holistic Dose for more real conversations about midlife, reinvention, and doing things your own way. And you can follow us on all those platforms on social media at A Holistic Dose, and keep listening on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen to podcasts. We'll see you next time. Thanks for hanging out with us.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.